we are back, and thank you for joining me again. Today, I have a really, really amazing expert to chat with you. Her name is Desiree Stafford. She is a performance coach and high ticket mentor who shows successful coaches and other transformational experts how to attract high ticket clients online and make more money with speed. The name of her website is powerhouseonfire.com, and she is a true powerhouse on fire because she is one of those coaches that will help you to catapult in your business to not just to the next level, but beyond that. So I'm really excited to have you on today to talk to everybody, Desiree.
I'm excited to be here. It's going to be so much fun.
So today we're going to be talking about what are the doubts and fears that keep people stuck from going to the next level and really to catapulting to the next level in their business and keeps their coaching business and consulting businesses small. I want to kind of have you share a little bit about what you see out there, what you're seeing, what are some of like the limiting beliefs that you see are coming up, recurring in coaches and consultants as they're wanting to charge a higher ticket price.
The biggest one I would say boils down to the feeling that they're not enough or not worthy or don't deserve what it is that they desire. And I find this is so common, regardless of what level someone's at, whether they're, crawling their way to six figures right now, or they're already at six figures wanting to go to seven, right? It's the same fear that who they are and what they do isn't enough to be able to not only command the level of fees that they desire, to attract the quality of clients that they want to work with, but then also to take their business to the next level. And it has to do a lot with, often unconscious thoughts that are running in their mind, beating themselves up. Many of the clients that I work with are high achievers, and they're very skilled at beating themselves up when they don't get the result, right? And what works for you can work for you until it stops working. And sometimes in the corporate world or when you're in school, it works if you beat yourself up, if you ride yourself hard. It works to a certain extent. But when you're in your own business, it doesn't work that way, right? And so one of the things that I help my clients do is really retrain themselves. In other words, kind of self-parent themselves, right? To give themselves what they actually need, which isn't to be berated, but it's to be celebrated, regardless of the results that they've produced thus far. When they make that shift, it shifts their energy and it allows them to get bigger results, to attract, again, the better clients at the higher price points, to break through in their business with a lot less effort, with a lot less pushing and forcing, because it's the pushing and the forcing, it's the beating ourselves up that actually slows our progress.
Yeah. And it's, when I love this beautiful example that you give, when you are in school, you need to perform and you need to take one step in front of the other. And you actually need to take actual, steps to achieve your goal. Right. Mm-hmm. But in your business, it becomes more of an inner game shift, right? Yes. That needs to happen. And we haven't, as achievers, as high achievers, we haven't done life like that. Mm-hmm. Right. We have to take action we think we have to continuously just take action in order to get to the result that we want, but it's really the opposite.
Absolutely. I love that.
What do you say to someone who's thinking like, as a coach, why do I even want to charge high ticket prices? I mean, I got into this to help. I got into this business to be of service. Why would I charge high ticket?
Oh, that's such a great question. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm trying to think of the way to address this because there's so many different angles that I can take. But I will say it this way. We often get stuck in our own money story and we then project onto clients what's too much money. That's not our place, right? I can't tell you how many clients have thanked me for creating a 10K, a 30K, a 50K offer that they could invest in, because they wanted the experience of investing in themselves at a higher level. The more money that people pay, the more they pay attention, right? Yeah. Why would you not be in service for raising the bar for high achievers who themselves want to aspire to the next level? There's so many benefits of charging high ticket. I mean, for you as a coach, you get to work with people who are ready to play a bigger game. You get to serve at your highest level. You get to tap into, higher levels of your creativity. If you have a desire, like for example, I never tell someone how much to charge, but people know how much they want to charge, right? And so if you have a desire to go for what you really want, including your prices, and you don't do that, then your courage muscles begin to atrophy. That's when you start to feel bored in your business. That's when you start to feel resentful towards your clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to work with a coach who feels resentful because they're not giving themselves permission to charge what it is that they actually know that their work is worth, right? So when you stop holding back and you allow yourself to rise, you attract clients who are ready to rise as well, right? So it's a win-win is what I'm trying to say here. It's a win for you to be able to create the income and the lifestyle that you desire and to be able to serve the clients that you're meant to serve at a higher level. It's a win for the clients, right? Because they're going to show up at a higher level. They're going to get bigger results and they're going to renew with you. They're going to send you referrals. There's so many benefits of charging high ticket. The thing is to remember that money isn't the problem. It's only what we make the money mean that becomes the problem.
And what are we making the money mean?
It depends. Everyone has a different relationship with money. Everyone has a different meaning that they associate with a lot of money, or even their own definition of what a lot of money is. $10,000 isn't a lot of money to everybody, but it is a lot for some. 30,000 isn't a lot to everybody, but it is a lot to some, right? So that's an individual assessment of what's a lot of money, but you need to be able to look at the value that the clients are going to get. I tell my clients, almost every client that I work with offers a transformational service. They're not typically business coaches. I typically work with relationship coaches, mindset coaches, life coaches, intuitives, and the like. Their work is transformational, meaning that not only does someone get an immediate benefit, but their work benefits the client for the rest of their lives. That's priceless. So charging 10,000 or 30,000 or 50,000 or whatever it is that you want to charge is insignificant compared to the lifetime value that a client's going to gain. So you've got to get out of your own way and start looking at that value and owning the value so that you can allow yourself to charge whatever you want to charge. Now, one last thing I will say, not everyone wants to charge high ticket. And if you don't, that's fine. But if you have the desire, the goal is to stop stopping yourself. The goal is to stop allowing your fears to lead the way and start allowing your soul to lead the way. The goal is for you to allow yourself to expand rather than constantly shrinking when you have an idea that is meant to be brought to fruition.
Yeah. So that was going to be my next question. So I know this isn't live, but I can kind of feel what questions are going to be coming up. Okay. Exactly what you just mentioned. Well, I'm not a business coach, so how can I charge high ticket? You know, if somebody's going through a relationship issue, how can I charge them a high ticket price? Right. Right. So what do you say to that?
Again, look at the value. So I'll give you an example of a client that I worked with. And this is a good example because he was charging $250 an hour and he was doing well. And this was offline. And he was one of the premier relationship counselors, if you will. And so $250 an hour was kind of like at the top for the work that he was doing, but he wanted to charge more. He'd been at it for years. And his work, when we really looked at it, was helping people save their marriages. He wanted to be able to work less, but make a bigger impact with a fewer number of clients. We created a $5,000 package. In order for him to have the confidence to sell at the $5,000 level, we really had to look at the value the clients gain. If you think about the fact that you're able to help someone save a marriage. So they've spent years in therapy, right? They've done all these different things to try to save their relationship. They're arguing all of the time. They're stressed out because they don't know what kind of impact their relationship is having on their children. They're stressed out about finances and what that's going to look like if they have to split their family apart. All of these things, right? And then all of the money that they're spending trying to solve the problem, reading books and going to workshops and all the stuff that's not working, right? When you look at the financial toll it's taking on them, when you look at the emotional toll it's taking on them, when you look at even just the statistic, at the time when we did the research, the average cost of a divorce was $15,000, not including the assets, okay, that then potentially have to be split. So if you were to just look at that, and let's say it's $20,000 compared to $5,000, where you actually get to have what you want, you get to keep your family intact, right? You don't have to split everyone up and have to explain to your kids why mommy left or why daddy left. Like, come on. It's a no-brainer for the client to invest $5,000 to not only save themselves the 15, but to save themselves the emotional toll and all the other negatives that can occur when you have to split a family apart. So that's one of the things you have to do. Even if your work doesn't help people make money, you absolutely, regardless of what niche you're in, help people save a lot of money and likely a lot of time and a lot of stress and remove overwhelm and so many other things. Now, that was a client who charged $5,000 for a 90-day package. I've also helped someone who was a relationship coach go from charging $5,000 for 6 months to charging $30,000 for 6 weeks, also in the same niche. And I wanted to show you that comparison because it's not about the price that you put on the program. It really is about the value that the clients get, and the client's ability to see and own the value is going to give them the confidence to charge the fee that they want to charge.
Yeah,
you follow me?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. When I work with clients and we go through their value stack and we look at what is the value that you're bringing to the table, usually they so undervalue their work, right? They so undervalue their work. And I'm like, no, we need to really look at what is the true value of this, this, and this. We usually come out to a much higher value. And for me, myself, it's almost kind of like you need a mirror to look at yourself, right? I always feel like I do better in really connecting to my value when I'm working with another coach who can see that, right? Once we really kind of get to this, okay, this is really the value that I offer in this package. How do we really own that though, right? Because coaches tend to be a little bit, I don't know, self-deprecating around their gifts and talents and owning that.
There's a couple of things that come to mind. Number one, I love the phrasing that you own it, right? Because one of the challenges many coaches have is that they're going to the marketplace wanting the potential clients to validate the idea before they actually own that they're worth that their work is worth what they perceive it to be worth. This is your own responsibility as the coach. What I mean by that is, if you go out and you create a high ticket offer and the first couple of people say it's too expensive or they can't afford it, you don't then back down. That's the time to double down on the value that's there. What I help my clients do is, number one, see that value from a higher perspective, charge the fee that they feel the most comfortable receiving. So even if I believe that the value that clients can get is worth more than what my client is willing to charge, it doesn't matter. What matters is how my client feels about their fee, right? Because if they don't feel confident in that fee, they're going to energetically reject clients anyway, right? So they've got to feel confident in the fee. And in order to do so, it takes practice sometimes, right? Some clients get it right away. Some clients don't. Some clients are in the habit, like you said, of being self-deprecating. They're in the habit of not seeing their own value. So even if I point it out to them on a couple of coaching sessions, they need to do the work in between our calls, right? They need to do the work to build their confidence and their sense of esteem around the value of their stuff all day, every day. That's the real work here. And that's, I think, what's missing. I think people assume that, oh, once I feel confident about a thing, I'm going to be confident about that thing indefinitely. No, you have to keep working at it, right? Because there are going to be things that happen throughout the course of your day, throughout the course of your life, your business, that will threaten your confidence. And so your job is to continuously build that confidence within yourself. It's to continuously fill your own cup, right? And so when you do that, you're no longer showing up in the marketplace needy, where you don't need the approval of someone, or you don't need someone to agree that your program is worth the price that you say it is. You just know that. And as you know that, as you do own that from practice over and over and over again, then guess what happens? You begin to attract more and more people who are like, yeah, let's do this. This is a no-brainer, right? And that will also serve to build your confidence, but you have to take the lead. You have to be the one to convince yourself, for a lack of a better phrase, in order to be able to command those fees consistently. You can't be dependent on anyone else to agree with you. And it's the same. I just want to expand this for a second, because it's the same with any idea. So often we have these big ideas, or for example, we want to create a new offer, and then we go out in the marketplace kind of timidly, and we're hoping that people are going to like the offer before we jump on it. That doesn't work. You have to own the offer. You have to know that it's worth it before someone's going to be like, oh yeah, right? Because you're the leader here and everyone's responding to you. So whether it's price, whether it's offer, whether it's message, anything, you have to own it first.
That's brilliant. Desiree, I always enjoy talking to you so much. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to share your free gift with everyone and share how they can get a hold of you, learn more about you.
Awesome. So I've got a free masterclass that walks you through how to attract a steady flow of high ticket clients with simplicity and ease. So what I teach are organic methods. But the webinar isn't so much about the traditional tactics and strategies that you've heard from all the gurus, because quite frankly, that's not the stuff that moves the needle. This masterclass really talks to you about the three main things that I found that actually help people experience a quantum leap, right? And what I mean by that, it's going from attracting, one or maybe 2 or 3 clients a month to attracting a steady flow of high quality clients, high ticket clients, without you having to work significantly or even closely to as much as you're working right now. In other words, what I'm teaching you in this masterclass is how to experience the ease and flow that you truly desire. So if someone's interested in that, I can give the link right here. It's www.powerhouseonfire.com/next level.
Awesome. And we'll put that link in the page as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Sure, I'm gonna invite you to be on here again. I absolutely love talking to you. You just drop bombs, truth bombs on everyone all the time. So thank you again, and thank you watching, and I'll see you next time. Kisses.
Take care.
Bye.